Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, for the introduction about the Waqf. Okay, Waqf is for the concept in extent long before the emergence of Islam. It was not especially known at the times as Waqf. The idea was shown by the building of mosque and surah, where the social contribution financed the upkeep cost of the mosque and the surah. Many Muslims think Waqf is exclusive religious. Most of them know less than all level of society will profit from Waqf. In order to get this of this ministration of Waqf, the meaning of Waqf is the current age of the modern world is improved. Okay, Waqf is most similar to endowment, which simply means stock in Arabic. Waqf is accepted in accordance with the Islamic law by the Prophet Muhammad SAW as one of the voluntary humanity age of the early age of Islam. Waqf is often regarded as instrument of benevolence when benefit improve the well-being of unlucky community. Okay, for example, is Waqf instruction. If high proportion is helping a country generate economic development of the ummah, if applied economic and commercial. Under Article 74 of the Federal Constitution of Malaysia, Waqf is included under the Islamic Legislation Administration enactment of the state and is exempt from the provisions of the national land code. In Malaysia, the one who are responsibility of Waqf is Majlis Agama Islam Negeri (MAIN), established by State Islamic Religious Administration enactment after the 1950. In the 1952, Selangor was the first state to form Waqf properly law, followed by Terengganu in 1955, Melaka in 1959, Perak in 1965, Kelantan in 1966 and Johor in 1978. They are the sole trust management of Waqf properly that has been registered at the state government level.
In this slide, we just stated 3 objectives of our assignment. Firstly, we want to describe about the concept and application of Waqf management at State Islamic Religious Council. Second, we want to identify about the obstacle and issue in Waqf management at State Islamic Religious Council. And lastly, we want to study on how to overcome the obstacle of Waqf management in State Islamic Religious Council.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nora Hazwani binti Abdul Razak and today I will explain about the concept of Waqf. The literal meaning of Waqf is detentions. In legal context, detention of a property so its produce or income may always be available for religious or charitable purposes. Waqf is also defined as an endowment of land in certain Islamic countries given over for any charitable purpose. According to Syed Amir Ali, 1976, he defines that Waqf is dedicating a certain property to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and devoting it for religious cause for the benefit of human beings. According to Waqf Act 1954, they define Waqf as permanent dedication by a person professing the Islam of any movable or immovable property for any purpose recognized by Muslim law as religious, pious, or charitable. Waqf products is also can be used of any Sharia reason. There are two forms of Waqf. First, the economic properties. It is a fixed asset that generate revenue such as rentable stores, homes, and farms. The second one is social properties. It is schools, hospitals, clinics, and so on. The next one is pillars of Waqf. There are 4 pillars of Waqf. First, Al-Waqif. Al-Waqif means the founder of the Waqf. The condition of Al-Waqif, he must be a Muslim and he owns the asset at the moment. The second one is Al-Mawquf. Al-Mawquf means the Waqf asset. It must be valuable in the eyes of the Sharia. What is valuable in the eyes of Sharia? It means it must be an eye. An eye means the object that can be seen, touched, such as property and assets. The third one is Al-Mawquf Alayh. Al-Mawquf Alayh means the beneficiaries. There are two types of Al-Mawquf Alayh. First, Waqf Muayyan, that is specified, and the second one is Waqf Ghair Muayyan, unspecified. And the last one is Sirc. Sirc means the offer and acceptance. There are two types of lafaz in Sirc. First, lafaz soreh, and the second one is lafaz kinayah. In Sirc, the word must be indicates and must be used to indicate the creation of Waqf. On your screen now shows the types of Waqf. First, Waqf Dini. For the example of Waqf Dini is a mosque. The second one is Waqf Khairi. Waqf Khairi means perpetual commitment of an asset's wealth and profits for philanthropic purposes. There are two types of Waqf Khairi. First, public Waqf. It is a Waqf that is made for the benefit of public, such as bridge. And the second one is quasi-public Waqf. This Waqf is made for the benefit of a particular groups or individual, such as scholars or students of religious knowledge and so on. And the last one is Waqf Zuri. It is also known as Waqf Ahli or family Waqf. This Waqf is made for someone's next kin, such as children or grandchildren. However, this Waqf must be done for a religious, pious or charitable purpose. This type of Waqf is made to fulfill the duty of every Muslim to secure the well-being of those who fall under their responsibility. That's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Nurul Afika binti Syahirmi, matric number 2019230062, and I would like to continue the first objective, application of Waqf management in Malaysia. In general, there are three main institutions of Waqf in Malaysia, which is State Islamic Religious Council (SIRC), Jabatan Waqf Zakat dan Haji Jauhar, and Yayasan Waqf Malaysia, based on Islamic Religious Administration Enactment of the States, or the Waqf Enactment of the States. SIRC is the sole trustee for all Waqf matters, which they have the authority to elect and authorize to any party manage and administer any mawquf on his behalf in return. Nevertheless, the way of legislation for each state is different because of their approach in legislation and Waqf enactments. Therefore, we could see varied applications were used in management Waqf Malaysia, such application in education, social, Waqf of health, application of health, with the main purpose to make a good deed and help people in need, with the intention being a good Muslim and to be more closer to Allah. One of the important application is education, as it is important to everyone, and as human and Muslim, we are required to find knowledge as many as we can. With knowledge, then we can differentiate the right and the wrong and also help to do a good decision. Within the Waqf of education, religious schools like madrasah, mahat tahfiz and university were built to help the people get knowledge and spread it, not just education knowledge, but also religious knowledge, the Al-Quran and Sunnah, in the meantime to call the people to be in the true path. Selangor Endowment Corporation are among the earliest corporation to develop Waqf of education after the establishment of the Selangor Zakat Board with the role to manage the Waqf fund. An international Mahat Tahfiz has been managed by the corporation when an individual donated land and funds for the purpose of the Waqf project. It also stated that Waqf of education focusing on Waqf land funds and also Waqf shares offered by Waqf institution, whereby it becomes the starting points to extend the Waqf of education in education system. Other than that, we could see Waqf of health were applied in our country, as the first Waqf hospital to exist is Hospital Waqf Anur at Pasir Gudang. With a minimum fee of RM5, people can get their treatment and medications, as a concept to help and give service, especially those who could not afford with the finance to pay the medications. The accumulated health Waqf fund are also cover costs of hospital management and development of Waqf, which include the payment salaries of the doctors, nurses, hospital employees, purchase of medicines and treatment to patients.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurfilza binti Muhammad Effendi. My number metric 2019612676. Next, I would like to continue our presentations about the obstacle and issues in Waqf management at State Islamic Religious Council. Refer to State Islamic Religious Council, or we call as a MAIN. There are a few issues that the State Islamic Religious Council faced in managing in the Waqf property. If you guys can see in our slide, we just stated 5 obstacles and issues in Waqf management at State Islamic Religious Council. The first issues in Waqf management at SIRC is law and legislation. The regulation of the Ma'in enactment in terms of Waqf are not expressly given, as they are in the state of Selangor, Terengganu, Perak and Johor. Due to the lack of this provision, there are certain parties are not held liable for the misuse of Waqf. Supposing that Waqf is a public domain, that can be dominated and violated at any time arbitrarily. Although the Waqf is currently administered at the state level and allocated in each respective state administration, but the provision of the Waqf enactment are incomplete. It just highlight on administration and on the purification of simple procedure. Substantive aspect also are not highlighted, and where there is even a contradiction with the Islamic law of Waqf itself. This funding shortage problem affect not only Malaysia but also other Muslim countries such as India, Yemen, Indonesia and others. The third issue is the lack of infrastructure and facilities. Infrastructures and facilities are needed in order for the Waqf asset to be used for ensuring that the process runs smoothly. Waqf institution attempt to achieve cooperation by signing memorandum of understanding with other relevant institutions to assist them in developing infrastructure and facilities. However, this Waqf institution has yet to sign a memorandum of understanding with any relevant institution. Aside from that, the Waqf institution is expressing a transition period issue during the process of IT system and transformation. Currently, all state government institutions must transition from manual to IT system. Therefore, one of the problem and difficulties that the Waqf management faced by SIRC when manage of Waqf asset is a shortage of resources and facilities. The next issue is the lack of expert manpower. Among the constraints faced by Selangor Islamic Religious Council is the lack of expert in technical and professional aspect. These experts cover the field of Sharia law as well as investment and land development. Waqf management will face challenges if there is a shortage of staff skill in land planning and development. The constraint that occur in managing educational endowment is due to weakness in the planning and development of the endowment land. In addition, there is a lack of expert in Waqf educational institution in terms of management aspect and understanding related to Waqf. This has caused this institution to have constraints that affect the development of the endowment educational institution itself. In addition, it will also have a negative impact on the SIRC because they will waste money, energy and time if this problem is not cured immediately. And lastly, the obstacle and issue in Waqf management is the lack of awareness of Waqf among Muslims. The right and obligation of the Waqf property are still poorly understood in society today. In Malaysia, most people believe that the obligation of Waqf is only for Muslim community. However, Waqf also can be donated by non-Muslim. This information was not disseminated to the community due to the lack of awareness about Waqf among them. In addition, the Muslim community is still unaware of the importance of Waqf in contributing towards the Islamic economy. That's all from me. Thank you.
In the history of Islam, the institution of Waqf is recognized as playing an essential role in the socio-economic development of the Muslim community. Not only that, Waqf institution is also accepted by the people as one as the factors in building civilization, especially in providing basic needs and infrastructure for free. First and foremost, Waqf is the property that given to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala for the sake of benevolence, where the benefit is to be distributed to the Waqf recipients, and the Waqf property is detained from destruction, or sell or otherwise given to others. There are so many obstacles highlighted which constrain the Waqf institution to expand the Waqf management in Islamic State Religious Council. Therefore, we have to study how to overcome the obstacles of the Waqf management in Islamic State Religious Council. Firstly, we should spread public awareness. As we can see, low levels of awareness among our community are the most problems faced by Waqf institution. This is because most of us does not fully understand about the Waqf knowledge. They are only the only thing that Waqf can only work in religious and educational matters. This suggests that the concept of Waqf has not reached a clear understanding among the community.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Arifah Ilyana binti Ahmad Tamimi. I would like to continue this presentation on the discussion ways to overcome the obstacles of Waqf management in state Islamic religious councils. So the third course of action that must be taken is the benefits of Waqf for economic purposes should be maximized. For greater advantages, state Islamic religious council must correctly determine which areas must be replaced. This problem would have not arisen in the first place in the Waqif had given up his or her valuable possession to the Waqf. Consequently, State Islamic Religious Council has the ability to develop Waqf properties by establishing joint ventures and collaborating with others. As a result, the Religious Council are encouraged to work together with other government organizations to perform and economic activities on Waqf territory. Islamic scholars, academicians, practitioners, Waqf authorities, financial institutions, and developers will hopefully be able to strengthen the integration to put forward innovative ideas and techniques for Waqf development. For addition, it has been recorded that Waqf land have been used for agricultural purposes, raising the possibility that the Mutawalli has partnered with Filda or FECRA to offer skilled labor to cultivate the fields. The use of sharing technologies can significantly increase the economic worth of land. In fact, the agricultural sector aligns with the Malaysian government's goal of helping and assisting agro-based industrial growth. It is suggested that the Waqf lands be developed with a concentration on the food and non-food agriculture, processing and manufacturing industries, including palm oil estates, cattle farming, herbal farms and freshwater fish culture. Apart from that, there is a pressing need or an urgency to make the registration of all Waqf land and other landed holdings compulsory in order to effectively safeguard and handle the Waqf holdings in Malaysia. The Land Office recording system for Waqf land must be enhanced in order to fulfill the Ummah requirements and Islamic principle on Waqf. A comprehensive Waqf legislation must also be developed to manage the management of Waqf lands. At the moment, any problem is addressed with the aid of the Fatwa institution, which takes a long time, and the Fatwa Council judgment is only applicable on the group seeking an authoritative judgment on a specific matter. Other than State Islamic Religious Council, all parties engaged in the management of Waqf lands, including the Department of Waqf, Zakat and Hajj of the Prime Minister Office, Jauhar, the Attorney General's Office and the Ministry of Land and Natural Resources should work together to create an uniform legislation on Waqf. Jauhar channel funds for a number of development projects have begun to be executed in a number of states such as Converted Muslim Activity Centre in Negeri Sembilan, Shelter for Women in Johor Bahru, shop houses in Perlis, Mahad Al-Mashhur, Education Complex in Penang, Orphans Hostel in Kelantan and Hemodialysis Centre in Johor Bahru. State Islamic Religious Council and Jauhar's effort also resulted in the establishment of Yayasan Waqf Kebangsaan, which is National Waqf Foundation, Last but not least, more training is required for Waqf managers in order to improve their skills and expertise in administering the Waqf property. They will be exposed to contemporary concerns and information linked to managing the Waqf property through well-structured, regular and frequent training. This is to guarantee that Waqf managers comprehend management ideas and can put new management expertise into effect, as well as begin to think beyond the normal. Thus, Waqf managers and institutions will profit from this, making management more efficient and profitable. As a result, new approaches, methods, and technology for administering the Waqf property can be introduced. With the new information gained throughout the course, Waqf managers and institutional mutawallis will have a better understanding of how to investigate and consider future potential for improving the Waqf property to meet current requirements and desires.
Okay, for conclusion, Waqf practice are included in the aspect of ubudiyah, that is target for linking human with Allah and humans with other human. Each part of the execution should also satisfy all the requirement and principle clearly defined within Islamic law in order to achieve this goal. In addition, fiqh scholars pay the same interest in Islam as other technologies criteria. The Waqf probably can act as catalyst for strengthening Muslim society, particularly when property is properly and systematic management, in developing in the economy and wealth of the country. And for the last, I hope the economy and well-being of the population will be improved in the future, especially the Muslim model. Okay, thank you.